Okay, so today we are going to be talking about the brand new feature that everyone is talking about, Instagram Reels. And I'm going to be sharing 5 of my tips for getting started with this new feature. First of all, hi, my name is Anna from By Rosanna Design. I am a website designer and online educator. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you like marketing, Instagram, business and productivity style content. So what actually is Instagram Reels? It's basically Instagram's answer to TikTok, which, if you didn't know, is a really popular video sharing app that's used largely by a younger audience to share funny, entertaining clips, but there are also a lot of businesses and brands on there sharing kind of educational content and quick tip type content as well. So they're short form videos. On TikTok, they are either between 15 seconds or a minute long, I believe, maybe a little bit shorter, whereas the new Instagram Reels feature is just 15 seconds. And literally the whole way that it works is exactly like TikTok. And if you're surprised that Instagram has just completely flat out copied this app, don't be surprised. Remember where Instagram stories came from? They basically stole the idea of Snapchat. No one was really sure how it was going to work, whether Instagram's version of Snapchat would just be a bit of a gimmick. But Instagram Stories is now a massive feature that I use every single day. Most people I know use it every single day, and it's almost become bigger in some industries than the Instagram grid and feed itself. I have a whole course all about Instagram Stories called Instagram Stories Success. If you want to check it out, I'll leave the link in the description. The question everyone is asking is Instagram Reels actually going to get as popular as TikTok is currently? And we have no way of knowing that other than the fact of how successful Instagram Stories was and the fact that Instagram generally likes to push its new features so much that they do actually become popular. So I've had a little bit of a play around with it over the last couple of days. The UK got it a couple of days ago, I think on Wednesday. Most of us had it rolled out to have access to it. If you don't have access to it yet, remember to update your app, but some people still aren't seeing some of the updates because Instagram does tend to roll things out slowly and quite randomly as well. So don't panic if you haven't got it just yet. I'm sure you will get it over the next couple of weeks. So to actually go and watch Instagram Reels, you can just go to the Explore page and there's this new Reels feature slap bang on that front page there. You can tap that, and then all you need to do is kind of scroll or swipe up to view the next video. And it's like a feed that just keeps on going. Instagram is basically serving you up content that it thinks you'll like based on the algorithm, which again, very similar to TikTok. All the buttons and kind of comments and stuff in very similar places to TikTok. And the way you actually go about creating a reel is within the Instagram Stories feature. So tap on the little camera icon in the top left hand side, and then you will see at the bottom it will say a story, live, or now you have this new option to create a reel. And you'll see that if you press on that, again, if you're used to TikTok or you've been on TikTok before, it has a very similar layout. You can add effects, you can add filters, you can add music, which is one of the main editing features, and you can set a timer so that you can record certain clips of time within your 15-second Reels time frame, and you can also upload videos that you've previously taken as well. So that's why we're seeing a lot of people who are originally on TikTok creating content for TikTok downloading their TikToks and re-uploading them as a 15-second Reels. So anyway, as I said, I've had a bit of a play around with it and I've got 5 tips to share with you today, plus one bonus tip as well. So my very first tip when you are creating an Instagram Reel is to remember that you have to reapply the filters and the effects for every single clip you upload or every clip you take. So the music or the audio that you choose will play throughout the whole 15 seconds. But any filters you add to your clips or speed editing that you add to your clips need to be done for every clip that you create within that 15 seconds. Tip number 2 is you'll notice that once you have edited your clip, you can go onto the next screen and add either some stickers, you can add pen drawings, just like you would on Instagram Stories, and you can also add text as well. So text is going to be really important to kind of add a caption to what your video is about, but you need to remember not to put the text at the very top of the screen or the very bottom of the screen, because these areas will be overlapped by buttons and other features when people are viewing the Instagram Reel, so they won't be able to read the text. So the best place to put the text would be a little bit above the bottom, a little bit lower than the top, or my recommendation would actually be to center it, because what you will be doing with your reel after you have finished editing it is publishing it potentially to your grid. And if you know that you will be publishing this to your grid, obviously when people view posts that you've put on your grid, when people view your grid, it's all shown in a square format. And in the feed as well, usually it's going to be either square or a slightly elongated square. So in order for the text not to be cut off, either when people go and view your grid or when they view it in their feed, you want to make sure that the text is basically around the center of the image or just below center, to make sure that it's actually not being cut off and can still be read by everyone no matter where they're viewing it. My third tip is when you get to that last screen where it's asking you to fill in a caption and then share your Instagram reel, what a lot of people aren't noticing is that you can also change the cover image of the Instagram reel. So this is the image that's going to show up in your feed if you post it. It's going to show up as kind of the thumbnail of that video. And so you want it to either be branded or fitting in with your Instagram grid theme, or you want it to just not be a screenshot of your face in a weird talking angle, which is what I managed to do. I managed to basically save and publish an Instagram reel where I didn't upload a cover photo, and it basically took a frame of the video where my face is all like mid-talking and not very nice. So you want to avoid that and make sure that you upload a cover photo before sharing it, because you can't go back and edit the cover photo. My fourth tip is to remember to save your Instagram reels as a draft before you share it. Now, I've made this mistake a couple of times when making my first Instagram reels this week. I didn't realize that once I had posted my Instagram reel and shared it to my grid and stuff, that I wouldn't be able to go back and make edits to it. And I noticed like a spelling mistake in the text overlay that I'd used. I noticed that one of the clips wasn't quite right, and I wanted to go back and edit it after I'd shared it, but I actually had to start all over again because I hadn't saved it as a draft. So a really important tip is to, when you are working on your Instagram reels and you get to that last screen and you're just about ready to share it, tap that save as a draft button just in case you do want to go back and make edits to it, and that will save it in an editable format in your drafts area, which can be found in your new reels section on your profile. Tip number 5 is to use hashtags in your caption. Really, really important that you still use your same Instagram hashtag strategy that you would for your normal Instagram grid photos, because these Instagram reels are actually searchable. If you go onto the explore page and search for a tag or a hashtag, you do actually get now reels coming up for those searches. So you want to make sure that in order to grow your reach and have more people see your Instagram reels, you are using hashtags so that you have the potential to come up in the reels feed for that hashtag. And my bonus tip, again, about this kind of final last screen area where you're asked to share your Instagram reel once you've put in the caption, you've changed the cover photo and all of that, and you have a few different options for sharing your Instagram reels. So obviously you have this new Instagram Reels section on your profile, which can be found between your grid and your tag post or your IGTV little tab there. And if you just click share on this Reels final page here and you untoggle the share to grid option there, then it will just share the Instagram Reel to your new Instagram Reels section. Obviously, then you also have the toggle little button here that says, do you also want to share it to your grid, which will then display it in the Instagram feed for your followers as well. So you can untoggle or toggle that, but if you click the share button at the bottom, that will definitely share it to your Instagram Reels as well. So one mistake that I did was tap on the stories tab at the top and just share it to stories. Now, yes, we obviously do probably want to share our Instagram Reels to our stories, but this is not the best way to do it, because what this will do is just share it as a 15-second Instagram stories clip, rather than saving it as a reel to your profile or uploading it to your grid. It won't do any of that. It will just go straight onto stories as though it's an Instagram story clip. That means it only lasts for 24 hours. It means you can't go back and edit it or save it. So I would recommend, if you want to share your Instagram Reels to everywhere, including your Reels section, your grid, and your Instagram stories, don't click the Instagram stories tab here. Wait until it has uploaded and shared to your grid, and then go and click the little paper aeroplane share button on the reel once it's posted, and then you can share it to your Instagram stories just like you would with a normal grid post. So I hope those tips were helpful, and that will help you to avoid any pitfalls that I've fallen in over the last couple of days. If you have any questions, do leave me a comment, and remember to like this video and subscribe if you like this content. Thanks so much. I'll be back again with another video next week.